Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a 60TP Lewandowskiego. It's on the south spawn of El Halluf under the command of Captain Ashtorm. Well, one mark of excellence on the barrel. He's got those new stripes on the turret which make it look very meaty. And battle is about to commence. Now the gun, 152mm. It's capable of 750 alpha. And can penetrate quite well with just standard AP. This is the tier 10 Polish heavy, and Captain Ashtorm is getting up to speed. He's got one mark of excellence on the barrel already. I think he wants to get 2 or 3 there before long. Oh, and something I've just noticed. It's got a log! Well, most thanks to if they're from that region, and with good reason. Because if you get stuck in the mud, you need something like a log to get you out. Okay, well, headed up to the northwest corner. Should be meeting the enemy heavies very shortly. Now, although this tank is 60 tons and looks pretty authentic, it was actually a project from a guy called Richard Lewandowski, and it never got put into production, but it was a draft that he put forward. Okay, right, well, we've got a target, an Object 268 stage 4, or stage 4? No, Object 2684, which is one of the biggest damage earners in the game. And look how he's actually side scraping off the rock, but he's giving us his observation spot. Yeah, 703 hit points. Now the gun on this tank, the 60TP, is normally fairly inaccurate at long range, and that was quite a long range shot. Oh, but he took a round from Arty. There's a batch at 155.58 in place, so he needs to get closer to this rock to ensure he doesn't get hit by another round. 10 seconds should be the time before the next round goes out. So if Arty is focusing on him, any second now, another Arty round is about to land. Well, he's too close to the rock now for Arty to fire at him. And there's a Conqueror there now. And he just hit the rock, just in front of us. 2684's pulled back. That T55A is now missing a massive amount of his hit points. 659, and we bounced the round that he fired at us. Now, tier 9 Conqueror. No, he actually held his shot. The Conqueror was moving too quickly to get the cupola, so he's decided to come around the corner, and we've got the front plate of, well, we got the front plate, it was the front of a 30. But we did take a round from the Conqueror, and that was an HE round. So maybe he's considering that it would be just too difficult to penetrate the armour on the 60TP. So he fired HE instead. The Panther 2 fired an APCR around at us and missed. Oh my god, that one went straight through the top of the Conqueror. 764. Went out to 2.8k. Reload time is 15 seconds. It is kind of long, but there again, this is a high caliber weapon. And that one worked very nicely through the third man. In fact, actually, he's firing heat at the moment, and that would certainly make it very, very easy to get through the armor on that tank. Well, you know that all these hit points, they certainly add up in the end to what you get back. BK took a round, 782. Nicely through the side. He probably could have penetrated him through the side with a standard AP, but the heat is all he had loaded at the time. Okay, the Conqueror's up ahead again, and this time round he did pen us. Not sure where he penned us, we'll have to have a look in a sec. Object 268, third plate, and he's out the game! Nice shot and potential high caliber. Now, where did that round from the Conqueror go? Well, very difficult to see where it went actually. But you can see where some of the HE damages hit us. Okay, right, well, what we got round the corner? A Lurber. And he's out the game with one shot. Conqueror's come up, and we're being hit in the rear by a lurver. And I think that was our own lurver who actually fired at us. Yep, he shot us in the back of the turret. That wasn't very nice. Difficult to see where the shot went in, but we still took a round from him. And the Conqueror blocked again for 550. We're going to push forward. What's happening with that birdie? Oh, he's gone. Okay, so just the Conqueror to kill. And the enemy have only got 4 tanks left, or 5 tanks left. We just took a round for 178. And we've had to burn our repair kit because we were ammo racked. And it doesn't kill the Conqueror, that shot. Unfortunately, it's a low roll, 670. And the Conqueror has just been killed by our Object 257, which means there's 4 enemies left, and most of them are actually on the east side of the map. So we're going to have to motor now. And the 257 is sticking affirmative. Bob's 1994. He was probably ticking. Thank you very much for that kill. Well, Captain Ashland's picked up all the hit points there. And he's now at 6.1k of damage. So he's certainly going to earn a massive haul of credits today. Trouble is, he's been firing a high explosive anti-tank, which means, of course, he's going to be paying for it. And so I suspect he's probably going to end up with a loss overall on the credit side, but he'll probably earn quite a bit in the way of bonds and base XP. There's a Wizzy 111.5A up there. I don't think we can get a shot for the moment. He's a one shot now. If we can get a shot on him, he's dead. In fact, actually, Captain Ashton doesn't need the heat anymore. He could load AP. In fact, he's selected AP for his next shot. He ought to just load AP straight away. There's only one enemy left. In fact, it's the match at 155.58, so he could load HE ammunition now, and he'd still be quite happy. The HE on this gun fires its 950 alpha and penetrates 90mm, so it goes straight through that Batchat. Now everyone's headed to the A0 to see if they can find him. Captain Ashton, well, he's just going to sit in the cap. I think he's done enough work for today. They haven't found him. Oh, now they have. And he just shotgunned our Object 430. But the Object 430 had the last laugh because he actually took out the Batchat. So that's game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's the second class tanker for Captain Ashton in the 60TP Lewandowskiego. He managed to get a fire for effect and a bruiser medal out of that battle. He also picked up the High Calibre. He did do the most damage in that game, and he got a win rate of 5,512. Let's have a look at team score. Well, there you go, right at the top of the table, 6,134 hit points overall. The next high scorer had less than half of his score. He only got 2,809 hit points, and that was the Object 430. The Object 257, who was very happy to pick up the kill on the Conqueror, he actually got 2,574 hit points. He was in third place, and he managed to get the highest number of kills in the game. He got 3, whereas Captain Ashland got 2, so did the Object 430 and the Standard B on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, though, it was the Object 257 who did the best. He got 963 out of that, and he also picked up a steel wall, whilst Captain Ashland picked up 939, so he wasn't that far behind, but so did the Object 430. He got 939 as well. When it came to the detail report, we can see he fired 10 rounds, he got 10 direct hits and 9 penetrations, so he did hit every time he fired, but only one of his shells didn't pen the target. He did damage of 6,134 hit points, all of it at close range. He received 9 hits from the enemy, 4 of them were non-penetrations, and 6 hits as a result of splash damage. So that was players who were firing HE at him. He blocked damage of 960 hit points in total, spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and did damage assistance of 631 hit points. He managed to get 17 capture points while he was sitting in the cap waiting for the game to end. And on the credit side, he earned 79,896 credits, and he got compensation for that shot from the Lerva, who was on his own team, who shot him in the back of the tank. 2,745 credits. Now, what was the name of that player? There he is. Oh hell no. Well, yes, be very careful who you shoot in future. They might fire back. Be very, very careful. Yep, he did damage to allies of 101 hit points. Yeah, don't do that sort of thing. It's very bad for you. Well, total came to 82,641 credits. And as I said earlier, the repair, ammunition, resupply, and consumables, and he did use Bedwith Manic, which means obviously premium consumables to boost the performance, meant that he actually ended up with a deficit of 30,409 credits. Yes, he did fire quite a bit of heat ammo, but it did do the job. It actually penetrated the enemy tanks, took them out, and helped us win the game. He received 2 bonds for getting the High Calibre. He earned 1,408 XP. There was no multipliers, so I'm afraid that's all the experience points he took away. But as he said in the title, load the gold and life gets a lot easier, lol. Well, it certainly does, but at this tier, when you've got a tank like this and a gun like that, firing heat ammo does sometimes make it easier to win the game, but it's more of a challenge, I suppose, to fire standard AP. And there is a battle we've actually recorded where Captain Ashtorm takes his 60TP and just standard ammo and still does a fair bit of damage. So do watch out that one. He's on Ghost Town in that battle. But if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.